Hey guys, Sean Zine, the host for the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring on guests that are involved in network marketing, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, and even those that have created tokens on the Algorand blockchain or any crypto that's out there, because I find most of them are also using the skills and the strategies that these other spaces use as well. Couple housekeeping. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment where you're watching from. The least you can do, guys, or hashtag live or hashtag replay if you really don't want to tell us where you're from. And then hit the share button so we can help more people. We're all about helping, not here to sell anything. We're here to educate. We're here to promote you. And I want to make sure that you understand, reach out to my guests, go to the description, set up a connection call, follow all of their socials, and see if what they're doing will fit into your life. Without further ado, let me bring on Emma Jackson. What's up, Emma? How are you?
Hi, Sean. I'm doing really, really well. Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. And I always ask my guests, I always ask, who are you and why did you get into network marketing so we can get this thing rocking and rolling?
Okay. So very briefly, my name's Emma Jackson. I'm a stay-at-home mum, really, or I don't like labels, but
Right.
because I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. It was something I needed to find a way to make money to fit around me and my children. That was it. That was pretty much it was a simple question for me and what I wanted to do. So when they were very young, I started on the online space. I actually started doing energy work and psychic readings. And I sort of developed that into coaching, really, because I actually sort of taught. I've learned lots of different modalities: NLP, shadow work, breath work, access consciousness, and this is what took me sort of forward. After that, I started going into MLM companies, some of the big ones, which is like Enagic, Kangen Water. That was the one that really showed me where actually online marketing and inner work could actually meet in a space, because they were always big on that. And one of the things that they did teach was, if you really want to bust through some of those blocks and some of those transformations that you want, it's important to do the inner work, not just your daily strategies. Even those, I've honed down a few daily strategies now that, it really, so you can sort of like do online work literally within a couple of hours a day, especially like me, if you're a busy mom, you've got a family to keep, and all this kind of thing. So really, I started because I wanted something to fit around my life and my children. That's why I started. And kind of that's that point there was where I kind of grew from.
No, I love that. Fitting around your life is a key thing, which I want to dive into as well, because a lot of people think it could take a lot of time. When you are in the business for a while and you're building your book or building your downline or building your team, you're going to go from an hour a day to probably more, because it's going to be a full-time thing to do what you really want to do and help others and leverage other individuals. Now, I applaud you being a stay-at-home mom. I think, and I tell this, my wife won't do it as well. She needs to work. Like, she can't stay home. When on the weekends, we're like, oh my God. So I applaud you to having that ability to stay home and keeping your mind fresh.
Mm.
Because now, for those that are watching, stay-at-home mom, how do you find some time, Emma? What are some of the days like when you're doing that, when they're younger compared to as they grown up? How old are they now?
Well, they're 13 and I'm just having one that's coming into double figures this week. So 13 and
Wow.
10. So when they were very young, it was it was quite sporadic. My work day would sort of like, it can start very early, but I would do 10-15 minutes here, and it would depend. So always go around sort of nappy time or feeding times and that kind of thing, or when they were sleeping. Nowadays they're a lot more autonomous and that kind of thing, but when they were younger, it was pockets of time, really, and making sure that I could leverage pockets of time. And the thing is, you have to be self-motivated. If you really can't get yourself self-motivated, then you've kind of lost half the battle, really. You have to make sure that you're taking those actions when you say that you're going to. I mean, life does get in the way and that kind of thing, but as long as as long as you're quite disciplined with yourself and you know that you have to take these certain actions in the day, then like I say, when they were young, it was pockets of time really, rather than now where, like I say, I can hone my day down into a couple of hours, or there are days when I spend hours and hours working it, talking to people, sending my messages out, doing my content. So it all depends on what kind of day I'm having nowadays. But like I say, I mean, this week it's my daughter's birthday week, and I know the weather here in the lovely UK is going to be quite scorchio. So it's going to be really, really hot this week. So I'm going to make sure that my work time is quite small, and so I can prepare for my daughter's birthday, and I can go out and enjoy some sunshine, to be quite honest, because that's another reason why I work for myself and I stay at home, purely because I like that choice. I like the choice that I have, and I like the freedom that it gives me. So there's a lot of reasons why I like doing it, but yes, it's very different to when they were little, where it was pockets of time through the day, whereas now I can have more focused time and do it in a sort of, and do it in a couple of hours, and that leaves my time then free for my family and for my children.
Having more time, guys. Yes, the more we get into it. Yes, if you're a stay-at-home mom, finding pockets of time. I'm a teacher, so I find pockets of time throughout my day. During my lunch, do I need a whole half hour, 45 minutes, or can I use 15 of it to build business? One of my preps, I could do so. So it's all finding that time. And I love how Emma was saying, being self-motivated. A lot of people have to be pushed. And people say, well, I want to sign up everybody. No, you don't want to sign up everybody. You want the ones that are going to put the time in and work. If they just sign up just to make you happy because you've been harassing them over a course of time just to get them on board, not worth it. Not worth it, guys. You want to put some time in with those that want to build. The builders, we're going to help you exponentially grow your business. Now, you were involved with some network marketing over the years, multi-level marketing. What are 3 skills that you think someone should focus on when they first start?
When they first start, if there is any kind of training to do the training. Do the training and follow. You know what I mean? Do the training. You can't just kind of throw yourself in there and think, right, I know what I'm doing, and I'm just going, no. Do the training, follow the steps, because if you have leaders before you and they are making a success of it and they are where you want to be, then you follow the steps. Do the training, follow the steps. That's one big massive one, because so many people sort of jump in and they come on and you can hear the same questions being asked over and over again, and it's like, it's all in the training. So always do the training, always take the time to educate yourself on what you need to do. It's so important, because as soon as you understand those things, it's easier then to implement and take those actions that you need to do, rather than just struggling and flapping around like a fish out of water. Another one would be is try and change up your mindset. If you're coming from a employee mindset, if you are just starting and you're doing your bog standard 9 to 5, which absolutely nothing wrong with that, and you're doing a side hustle, then oh crikey, I just forgot what I was going to say. It's important to get out of that employee mindset into the entrepreneur mindset. It is very, very different, because one really is an order follower, and the other one, you have to turn yourself into a leader. You have to make sure that you can move forward and you can duplicate and show whatever you need to with the team that you're building. So it's inner work and mindset, I feel, is absolutely important, because being a coach, people can come up against so many blocks and obstacles, and not within the environment, actually within themselves, whether they think they're worthy enough, good enough, smart enough, and you come across procrastination, and people get stuck, or they're a bit shy and they don't know what to do with social media, or they don't know how to put themselves out there on social media. So there's a lot of, yes, it's do the inner work. If you find that you're stuck, ask for help. And so many people can be independent or too independent, and it's like, no, honestly, ask for help. It's such an easy thing to do. And like I say, the answer usually is an easy one, or just something that, you wouldn't normally think of, but always ask for help, because the help's always there usually, that I find. So like I said, it says follow the leaders, do the training, flip your mindset. What's another one? Take the action. Just take the action. Do the video, make the post, take the action, reach out to the people, whatever it is that you need to do, take the action. And like I say, flipping that mindset, rather than sitting there and binge watching a series on Netflix. Done it myself. Done it myself. So rather than sit there and just binge watch, you could be reaching out to people. You could be writing a piece of content. You could be learning about yourself, or learning about the company that you're with. So there's always, when people say to me that they don't have time, you can always make time. There's always time somewhere, always. Even if it's in sitting in the car waiting for your child to come out of school, 10 or 15 minutes in the car, just having a quick play on social media or your socials. And that makes a big difference.
Well said. Those are massive value right there. I agree with you. The personal development, self-development, you have to continuously work on. Yes, you should ask lots of questions and using those pockets of time. Yeah, my wife and I have been watching that Mom Talk on Hulu, the Mormons that are in Utah. Wow. Can you get sucked in? People get sucked in and they watch over and over and over. Or you can, and I'll do it once in a while with my wife. We'll watch something for a period of time. But then before it and after it, I'm actually on there on social doing a lot of direct messaging. What are some value that we can provide for those that are watching? So you brought up video, social media. What are some angles that we can kind of share with people, little tips or strategies that can help them grow their socials?
I'm really glad you asked that, because this is something that I find a lot of people actually don't do, or actually don't understand. And I'll take Facebook just for an instance, because most people know what that is. Instagram is a slightly different beast, and so is TikTok. Facebook, if you're just starting out, Facebook would be the one that I would say go to, because it's easy, it's intuitive, you can reach more people, you can speak to more people, and it doesn't sort of necessarily require too much sort of tweaking like Instagram and TikTok need.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
With Facebook, start with that. And an easy thing to remember is interaction and engagement. It isn't just about getting stuff on your posts and your content. If you want people to see your content, you need to go out there and interact with your audience, with the people on your feed. You need to like their posts, you need to comment, leaving meaningful comments, not just hi or great or something like that, something that actually means something to the post and something to the person, so they're more likely to engage with you. And once that happens, Facebook loves that. It rewards you for that interaction, for that engagement, for those meaningful comments. And the more you do that, the more it will push you out to more people. And that's a very, very simple one to do. Now, I have a little bit of a hack here. So, I mean, I always found when I was looking for my niche and looking for my people in groups and that kind of thing, it didn't bode well for me. It never really worked. So how I find my niche is when I'm interacting on all those posts that I like, because on my feed, I've got like-minded people, we talk about the same things, whether it be coaching or I like gardening and things like that, and or even the state of the world, so you've got people on your feed that you have a lot in common with. So when I'm interacting on these posts, I tend to click onto where you put the likes and the loves, and then it brings up a list of people. Now, these people that are interacting on the same post are more than likely to be your people too. So you can then go down that list and hover over and see their profile, just quickly to see who they are and that kind of thing, and see whether you can just add them as a friend. And I tend to find my audience and a lot of my tribe and people there, because I'm interacting on the same post that they are. So they're more likely to like the things that I put out. So that's a really easy hack that I found. If you don't really want to go into the groups, or you find that in a lot of affiliate marketing groups and that kind of thing, it's just a lot of noise because you can't get seen. So that's my little hack really. So rather than go into groups when you first start interacting with the people that interact on the same post that you do. And also, a big tip that I've learned, I mean, if you've heard about attraction marketing, which you probably have, there's a lot of people out there doing attraction marketing, but also a lot of people that don't. So, but there's there's a bit of a divide with people that say, oh, I do attraction marketing and I don't have to jump into people's inboxes. I don't have to reach out to people. I actually think that's quite rubbish. You know, that's a lot of rubbish, because with the attraction marketing, you can put your content out there and you can get lots of engagement and lots of comments, but not necessarily lots of people jumping into your inbox, which is what they promise. So, but also with network marketers, what they say is you do need to reach out to people, you do need to send messages, you do need to send your emails, you know. So and you know, in that one, so there's a divide there saying you've got to do this or you've got to do this. And I always thought, well, why? Why should I choose? I don't need to. So it's like with the attraction marketing, anybody that likes, loves, and comments on my posts will happily get a message from me because they're already interacting with my stuff. So that kind of gives you an open invite to go and talk to people. But I also mix the network marketing in with there, and I do send out, I don't know, at least 50 voice notes every day to my audience, to my feed, because, you know, I want to make things happen. And taking those actions along with the attraction marketing and taking those actions with the kind of inner work that you're doing, you know, you've got your energy focused, you've got your mindset on things, you've got your energy, sending out those vibes of what you're looking for. You're stepping into the person that you want to be and that business that you want to build, and you're sending that out. So with the attraction marketing, yes, you're talking about your story, you're being authentic, and you're, you know, and people are engaging. Perfect. Speak to those are your warm leads. And then obviously, if you have a list, I actually have a list of all my friends on Facebook, all of my followers. I have a whole list and I speak to everyone. I send voice notes out every single day. And that's something else that I would absolutely say. If you're a bit afraid of sending out a voice note, then, you know, you can only send out a certain amount of messages on Facebook before it doesn't really like you doing that. But with voice notes, I have found you can send between 50 and 75. I don't feel I need to send out any more than that, because that every day that keeps me rolling then with warm leads that come in. And you can guarantee with, like, I sent out 50 voice notes this morning, I had 4 leads come back and now they're looking at my information. So it's like, it's worth it. Don't sit there and go, oh, I can't send this or I can't do that, or, you know, absolutely send the message, make the post, and say, you know, and reach out to people, because you never know who is going to go, do you know something, I need that.
That's true. I always say that you're always working through people. I'm not trying to pitch Emma. I'm trying to give Emma information that I have that I'm trying to get out to the world, so that later on today, tomorrow, weeks, and a month ago from now, someone will say something and be like, "Oh, Sean can help you with that." And that's how you recommend people back. Lots of value Emma just dropped there. Yes, Facebook is more social. 100%. Every person that likes, comments on your stuff, you should be connecting with. Hey, here's an additional value for those that are watching. Everyone on Facebook has a birthday. Do a voice note. Happy birthday to that every person for today.
I do
Why is
that.
that
I do
powerful?
that.
Nobody's doing it.
I do that every day. I do the birthdays because, again, it's engagement. It's reaching out to people. It's showing that you're visible and that you want to be visible to them. They want to be visible to you. And yeah, absolutely, I do my birthdays every day.
And you're not sitting there saying, hey, it's Emma, I need you to buy this product or service. No, you're giving first. You're giving some value. You're telling something about someone, or just doing the happy birthday, whatever works for you. It will go leaps and bounds because you are helping, you're engaging. Posts that should be out there they should be conversation starters. They should be something that everyone can engage on. It'll get you the algorithm going towards your favor. You know, like, so some people are like, what do I do? I don't know. Compare 2 different things. In the US right now, everyone's grilling. Are they using a gas grill or are they using charcoal grill? Do little images A and B, which would you choose on an image that you have on Canva? Put it out there and watch people say A, B, A, B, A, whatever, all the way down your post. And then what Emma was sharing, every person that engages, those are people that said, hi, I want to know you. And you actually have conversations, guys. You don't, and using the voice, I agree with you. I could sit there, don't copy and paste stuff. If you're doing the voice, it's more authentic, it's real. That's why you're going to do a lot more of them, and do it in your pockets of time. You don't have to, like, you can, at this time, I'm going to do this. And that's all you do. It could
Yeah.
be at night, it could be in the morning. She's in UK. You're 6 hours, I think, ahead of us. So it
5.
depends. 5 hours, and it's just something that you can always connect and grow. Now, and one thing I always say, always, and people say, well, my profile is private. Duh. You have to make it public. You have to have.
Absolutely.
I tell people, get yourself. I'm. Everyone has like a link tree. I have a link pod. It's one-time fee, $47. You put all your socials, all your stuff, all your links, everything in one. It's like an online business card. And I make that, and I take my link pod link, and it has a bit.ly piece to it inside this business in link pod, and make that shorter. And I tell everybody, go to my link in the bio. It's one link. Guys, it has all your stuff in there. And you should also have, your companies might have like a landing page. You should have some kind of, free, you're giving something away to get someone's email, like Emma was saying, so you can follow up with social media, with emails, texting. Everyone has a phone. Every contact in here, you can do the same thing. Hey, I know we haven't talked in a while. Can we do, or can I share something with you today that you will maybe take a look at a video? I don't want you to buy it, or I want you to look at it. I want you to just think about it and see if a friend or a coworker or a family member will help me out. I don't care about you. Hey, we haven't talked in a long time. I want to get to know those other people. Any technology that you found recently really working for you?
Ooh, there's quite a few that I use. I mean, Canva is always a fantastic one. I know it's a little controversial, but I do use ChatGPT, but I don't
Yes, I'm
sort
glad you
of
said
go
that.
I don't go sort of too deep into it, purely because I have been creating content for years. So I don't go in there and just go, make me this, do me this, and all this kind of thing. I have this, and this is what I'm like. And I've got lots of content from over the years that I kind of recycle. I take pieces out, I redo it. And it really helps me just sort of kind of like, sort of split it up and like, how can I redo this? And, but it's just all the stuff that's come from me. It's just but to be quite honest, once I sort of like take it out of ChatGPT, I then tweak it. I make sure that it's my language. It's got my tone in it. And I absolutely put my, spicy flavor to it, you know what I mean? Because I'm the kind of gal that pulls no punches, you know what I mean? I love empowering people. Like I say, I've been a coach for many years. I tend to trigger people a little, but in a very nice way. Because I really, it's such a wonderful thing to witness when you see people growing and being successful and being proud of themselves, and because they're seeing what they can achieve, what they're capable of every time they take that step out of their comfort zone. And it's like the realization and the joy on their faces. That's what I live for people just stepping out of that comfort zone and really doing things for themselves. It lights me up.
I agree 100%. If you start becoming comfortable being uncomfortable, that's where the growth is happening. That's where you're going to see, oh, but I don't really do it that way. Well, you might want to try. Once you start trying, start failing, mess up, people want to grow, but they also are not sure how to. And if you're watching us now, right, you should all be writing stuff down. And if you didn't, you might have to replay this and you write it down. Then we said this before, implement, taking action. But for those that are having trouble getting content, creativity, Emma brought up Chat GPT. I have a challenge. It's a 100-day challenge. Every day there's prompts that you can put in for a reel, for an image post, and a
Yeah.
text post. It hits all three. It will allow and give you the tags that will be the viral tags. It'll give you everything, guys.
it
What
it can
are
give you,
excuses
it can give
can
you
you
a
have now?
schedule for 30 days, give you a schedule of 30 days, give me 30 days of different kinds of content, of educational content, different frameworks, and there's so many things that you can do to put your message out there and put your story out there. And the thing is, what I found as well, if you put your cock ups in every time you make a mistake and you put it out there, it's like, look, I did this, I fell on my face, but hey, it's what happens, because everything that you do like that always helps everybody else, because it makes them feel seen, heard, because when people make mistakes or fall over, they don't tend to broadcast it, and so they're quite shy about it. But hey, look, I mess up too all the time. I've been doing this years. I still cock it up. I still mess it up sometimes. But it's finding, it's how to respond to that. So, and again, doing the inner work rather than going down into that deep spiral of like, oh no, I've oh, woe is me. It's like, right, oh no, I've messed up. It's like, right, okay, I'm going to laugh at myself. Let's move on. Let's take the next step. And there's always somebody that can help you, always.
Definitely. Yeah, it's using what's out there, trying what's working for others, or go against what they're doing and see what is the blue waters out there, the uncharted areas that people are not going and seeking. But I know Emma brought it up before as far as niching. Finding your niche is a very important thing. I focus on helping teachers have and start a side hustle. And that's what I want to focus on, because I found teachers are great as far as having discipline, but they also don't understand they're living, some of them, paycheck to paycheck, and having $100 a month, $500 a month, 1,000. You can make more, depends on what kind of work you're doing. And we're never like putting those, there's nothing's guaranteed. But what would $1,000 extra a month do for your family, your life? But how do I
Exactly.
do it? That's what we want to share with you. That's what is out there. And if you put some steps in, people say, well, I don't like going on your podcast. I'm going to give my tips away or my strategies. These are not things that are just brand new, guys. These are things that we just are taking from what's working for us, and you're just putting our twist to it. We're tweaking it so that it's and Emma said it too, put it in our tone, the way we are. And it resonates and attracts other people to do some work with together. That's the goal, is working together.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I live for it. Like I say, I absolutely live for it. And once you take those first few tentative steps outside of your comfort zone, things get so much easier. Like I say, something that might have taken you an hour and a half before, then come all of a sudden, because you're understanding it and you're practicing it, gets down to 20 minutes. Like I say, when we first start, it can be hours and hours and hours a day. It can't be just two. It can be 5 hours a day. It can even be up to like 6, 7, 8 hours a day working to make sure that you're learning what you're doing, you understand what you're doing, you're getting confident in what you're doing, you're practicing what you're doing, and that is the most important thing. Because like I say, I know at the very start, especially when my girls were getting a little bit older and they started going to school, it was like, oh, I had larger pockets of time, and I have spent more than 18 hours a day working and hustling and doing it all, because I don't do a 9 to 5. So my side hustle is my main hustle, and so that's what I do. I put the effort in, I put it all in, because that's my life. And like I say, there has been like 18-hour days sometimes, where it's just like, where you've got to put the work in, even if it's just on yourself. It's so essential, but it isn't always going to be like that. It might be like that at the start, especially if you're brand new and you don't know anything at all. You know what I mean? You've got to put that kind of work in, but it's worth it. The sweat on your brow is just so worth it.
Now, I think we have massive value we brought in today. I want to thank Emma for being with us. I want you to stick around for one moment. Emma, everyone else, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.